Red alert, RBT snaps and chats. Coming to you today on St. Patty's Day. Y'all notice we ain't got on no green today because we ain't drinking nothing. Anyway, coming to you today from Out of the Mud Inc. down here about to do our thing today.
Yeah.
Got my guest with me today, Tim G.
Yeah.
On the mic over there. When I say on the mic, this man really be on the mic, y'all. Today, this TNT today, we're like dynamite right now. We've been doing a shout out Monday to all the Flint Town local artists, musicians, all that. Flint Town stand up. So, Tim,
Yes.
you been born and raised in the city of Flint?
Born and raised.
Woo woo. Me too. Me too. I don't think I can live anywhere else right now. I mean, I tried it.
Yeah.
Not live, but
Yeah.
visit for an extended amount of time.
Yeah.
It didn't work out for
Yeah.
me. Been
Yeah.
anywhere that you thought that once you got there, you was like, I'm ready to go home?
Yeah. Seattle, Washington, as a matter of fact.
Ooh. I never been there.
And just to look out and see one part you standing in where it's sunny and you can look down the road and it's raining.
Really?
And I'm like, how is that happening? You know? And it
I ain't
rained
never
all
known
the
that.
time there. So it's easy where you can get depressed.
Oh, wow.
To a degree,
Well, we don't want no depression moments
no, we don't
around
want
us
those.
anywhere.
No.
But I will tell you this. I know that I met you and I heard you sing. And I was shocked because you sang some country. Y'all, this man, y'all know I love me some country. And this man sung some country and had people in the bar falling out going crazy. He was like Michael Jackson on the stage. Anyway, for real, and he did sing a Michael Jackson song, which kind of blew us too, though. But we're going to talk about some local talent. But as always, I'm going to start us off with a little poem. This poem today is coming out of my book, Letters to My Lord. And it's called Between a Rock and a Hard Place. When Jesus is your rock and this world is your hard place, you'll find that all the tears that roll down your face will refresh with your mercy and the grace. Psalms 30:5, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Between a rock and a hard place, with Jesus you are already soaring. Rocks are hard and heavy weight. Oh, I kind of got lost in that one because I'm thinking of Flint Town, the Flintstone Rock, but I'm going to start over that part.
You rocking and rolling.
Rocks are hard and heavy weight between the earth and the heavens as we dwell in this unworthy place. The world we inhabit was meant to be filled with love. These are instructions the Bible has from above. Weep now and laugh later, because no other entity is greater than God. Between a rock and a hard place, you may feel there is nowhere to turn. That is when you need to pray. It is Jesus you should yearn. Shout out a praise so loud and bold that the heavens will ring, and now your story is told on how you made it through the valleys and the hills. When you love the Lord, his glory you will feel. As we face trials and sorrows, leaning on our Lord makes a better tomorrow. If you follow the promise, Jesus will be there. Matthew 28:20 shows that he cares. Between a rock and a hard place can be a difficult time. Giving honor to God is so divine that you'll find that his love will comfort you to the end of your time. Between a rock and a hard place, let the Lord ease your mind. Amen.
Beautiful.
So I don't know why I chose that one. Sometimes I just open the book and choose them, but that goes good because we're from Flint.
Yeah.
We're Flintstones.
Yeah.
We're always between a rock and a hard place.
Always.
We try to figure out how to make fire out of stone. We can't make bread out of stone. That was up to Jesus to do that.
Yeah.
But I got a couple questions for you today, Tim G.
Sure.
What kind of music inspires you?
Gospel music does that.
Okay.
It soothes the mind. A lot of times at night, and the easy listening stuff. I'm a big fan of just string instruments. Period. So when I hear things that reflect orchestra,
Okay.
that right there, it causes me to go into such a relaxing mode, if you will.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I just recently started enjoying music without words.
Yeah.
And I picked that up from a friend of mine Margi Marquita.
Yeah, yeah,
She told me those words, and I really took it to heart because we're so wrapped up in what people are saying, and
absolutely.
sometimes they're saying some really messy words, like,
Yeah,
and it don't just because the beat is good,
the
it
word.
brings you into the word, but you're not really listening to the word because sometimes the word don't always fit, but they will do things that make it sound good.
Yeah.
I don't always believe in that always, but I do like the sound of music too. The music that inspires me a lot is country music. I become one with the music. I lose my mind. I lose all the bad vibes that's been around me. I go with it.
Yeah,
And it comes from our culture, really.
yeah,
Way, way, way back in
way
the
back.
day. That's what we done, spiritual hymns and things like that to uplift us and keep us going. And I'm glad that you said that you like gospel because I did asked this one person to sing some gospel at the little event that I had, and he did a very very good job. And I think that I would like to hear you sing some gospel too.
Oh, one day?
Yes, one
Yeah,
day.
yeah, one day we'll make it happen.
Yes, I really would like to hear that.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah. So when you're out in the world entertaining and doing things like that, you sing in your church?
Uh, well, when I was growing up, I did.
Okay.
The church that I play at now, they will ask. Pretty much, they almost want me to sing every Sunday, but um, we just stick
So you
with the.
play instruments too?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow! See, I didn't know that. So he's not only a singer, he's a musician as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up age of 4, and I would go to the church, and so when I watched my uncles play drums,
Okay.
they wasn't there on time a lot of nights. So I would get up there and play, and I
Like the
was so.
Temptations and the Five Heartbeats.
Yeah, and I was so short that I couldn't reach both of the pedals. So I would just keep my foot on one and keep the timing. And so that translated to when I got bigger, I got better. And so after a while, it was like you want people to go to church, right?
Yes.
But I became to the point where I was like, I hope they don't come.
Cause you
Because
because you
then
think
I
we
get
was
to
gonna ask
stay
you
on the
to.
drums. And
Aw.
so I found
That could have
myself
been inspiration for people.
yeah, yeah,
I find that sometimes we ourselves we get overwhelmed or you know get tired a little bit of doing things, but you got to realize too that when we're doing this stuff we're actually motivating and uplifting other
yeah,
people, and I love that part. That's what I like to do. I like to see people smile and laugh. I like to crack jokes.
yeah,
I think this world was meant for us to just be happy, like I said in these
yeah,
words.
yeah,
We need to be happy, show love and respect. Even if I had an issue with someone, I'd rather let that marinate a little bit, give us our space,
hmm,
and then say something to. We may not ever be cool like we used to be ever again, but at least I'm going to at least try to let you know that I don't have no animosity
right.
against you. Have you ever ran into a situation like that?
Yeah, I run into them. I run into those situations, and
Oh wow.
so again, I revert back to the music, and so when I go back to the music, it allows me to block out a lot of that
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, especially like I said, the music with no words.
Mhm.
Because those words sometimes, if you pay attention to the words, a lot of the songs nowadays they're not saying much.
No.
They're
The
not.
chorus is sometimes all I really know because I'm telling you these people crazy.
Yeah,
But they out there doing their thing,
yeah, yeah.
making it. That's what I'm talking about now. Like in the city of Flint, we have so many people with so much talent, right?
All right.
And everybody out in Flint that has this talent, you may go somewhere and maybe a little nervous, may not feel that you're good enough,
Yeah,
but you are. Don't ever think you're not good enough. You love. I think the best thing that you can ever do in life is if you love, you're good at it.
yeah.
Anything it is, it doesn't
Right.
matter.
That's right.
That's what I believe in. Has there ever been a time that you felt that when you encouraged someone that it really made them?
Oh, absolutely. Uh, you see the biggest smile come on their face. Um, and I know when I was younger, uh, I did that, but it kind of backfired a little bit because um, I wasn't really telling the truth, if you will.
Mm,
I was
that's a
telling
good
I
point
was
right there.
telling people like they could sing. I wasn't the greatest singer, but I was telling others that they could sing, and so they began to sing more at the church, and uh, really, it was I wanted to laugh a lot, and so the more they sing, the more I got a chance to laugh, and so
You just
it
being honest.
yeah, it backfired, but they kept practicing, and they thing was they felt like because they thought I could sing, they said, "Well, if he said I could sing, I don't
Mhm.
care what you say.
Yeah,
That boy right there said I can
yeah.
sing, and I know he can sing a little bit, so if he said I can sing, Imma keep singing."
Wow.
So, but, when you encourage people, and you see that you made a difference in what they doing now, it makes you feel good,
It
you
does,
know?
it does. Um, I always tell people all the time, I'm not a singer.
Yeah,
I just like karaoke. I
yeah.
like to yell. So I find songs that I can holler and yell because that's what I like. It ain't got nothing to do with I
Yeah,
try to keep a little tune and a little format,
yeah,
but I get into it and I become that's soothing for me. That's relaxing for me. It's like I release energy when I do that. Um, who's your favorite singer?
well,
Or one or two, just someone that you admire a lot singing.
on the gospel side,
Oh,
I
good
would
point.
have to say, uh, Frank Williams, the late Frank Williams from the Jackson Southern. He
Okay.
was, my favorite. He had a voice that was unique, and,
Touch your soul.
when I would do songs by the Jackson Southerners that, singing in the group, I made sure, like, I had to lead his song. They knew. They was like, "Yeah, that's Pete Frank." And so, then it transformed over, to the Winans, which was Marvin Winans.
Okay.
He became, my favorite singer on that side, and then when you go into the secular part, um, of course, the voice that Michael Jackson had, I've
Mhm.
always liked his voice.
Yes.
So, those 3 right there, I would say was
Right there for
yeah,
you.
the top.
Yeah. For me, it's always been like Anita Baker. I have a deep voice, raspy. When it comes to country, it's Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
And now Lainey Wilson. That's one of my favorites.
Okay,
So I
okay.
like them. And then mostly all the guys. Any other men songs, I love those. But again, I'm not a singer. I'm an entertainer. Have fun.
Now you asked me if I would do a gospel song, so that artist that, you love so well, will you do at least one of those?
I would.
Okay, cool.
I would.
Alright, we gonna
Alright,
rock
look,
and roll with it.
TNT, we gonna trade it
Yeah, we
off.
gonna rock and
Boom,
roll.
dynamite, we gonna trade it off.
Hey, I even sing in the background while you doing that song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
The artist,
Carrie Underwood or
no,
the guy?
like,
Oh, I love Chris Stapleton. I like Luke Combs.
just you sing it, and I'm
Alright.
in the background.
Alright. We gonna hey, y'all hear that, viewers? Hey, give us a call. 248-820-5053. We are Out of the Mud. Shout out to Out of the Mud.
Out of the
Out
mud.
of the Mud Inc. George F. Grundy II, James Mayfield, Greatest Mayfield. And I'm gonna throw a little shout out here to the MUA Jock for all your beauty needs. Bookings are open for makeup. Also, she has her own cosmetic line. The website is www.shopmakeupismylife.com. So if you're interested in that, make sure you get online and check that out.
Yeah,
Like, share, and subscribe today. You'll see a lot of interesting shows on this platform. Let me tell you.
yeah,
We're out here
big
downtown Flint.
FaceTime.
Yes. So, Tim, has there ever been a time that you felt like you wanted to give
I ain't gonna say, give up. I'll say, uh, just sit off to the side for a minute, take a break.
You're the first person I asked that question to that said that, and
Yeah.
I admire that because you don't wanna give up.
No, no, no.
That means you just if you're defeated, you let the world beat you down
Yeah,
or whatever the situation is. Instead of giving up, set it aside.
yeah.
Good
Matter of
one.
fact,
That's a good one.
it's, another artist, I love his voice doing this song. His name is Andre Crouch. And matter of fact,
Okay.
Andre Crouch has an album called "Don't Give Up,"
Okay.
and that's the title of it. And the song is like it tells you right there, you know.
Okay.
So sometimes when you find yourself where it looks like you ready to go there, you put that song on. I guarantee you keep going.
Hmm.
Yeah, you keep going.
When I started first doing my little shows here, I was always talking about the levels of anxiety and levels of stress.
Yeah,
And I thought about that. I wanted to talk about it because I wanted to let viewers know that they're not out there by themselves going through stress and
right.
all these anxiety moments. But then I started finding myself having a lot of anxiety moments and stress talking about it.
Yeah,
So I let that go
yeah,
because I wanted to be more inspiring, uplifting, let people know that, you may have a talent out here in the city of Flint. You may not know where to go. If you're a singer, you need to start connecting yourself and surrounding yourself with other singers. If you're a musician, surround yourself with musicians.
yeah,
If you're a writer, an author, a poet, make sure those people are around you because they may not be able to instruct you
yeah,
what to do, but you'll be able to see where you want to go, what's going on. And that's what I've been doing lately. Keeping myself around positive people
yeah,
with positive energy who's doing light work things like I'm doing.
yeah,
So with the talent that I know of here in Flint, I know it's a lot, but I'm gonna give a shout out to a few of them that I know. Because like I said today, is Shout Out Monday,
yeah,
Flint
yeah.
Town
May as well
Stand Up
shout them out.
TNT.
Yeah.
On my first list, I got Margi Marquita, the
Oh,
lyricist.
excellent,
This
excellent.
lady is out here doing her thing. She
Yeah,
performed a couple times at my
yeah.
little event. I want you all to show up to some of those if you will
Oh, yeah,
at the
you'd be
Urban
glad.
Cafe.
Be
You will
glad.
love it.
Yeah.
We're in there doing local things,
Hmm.
entertaining ourselves. It's not a bar.
No.
It's not a bar scene. Everybody keep thinking it's a bar because the area is next to roofs.
Yeah,
It is not a bar, people. I promise you. Gemini Ramon, the OG, that's my family.
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to him. A lot of people say because the way he raps his style, that man has talent.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing this since he was a young child that I can recall. I'm gonna give a shout out to myself
Shout
because
out
I
to yourself.
believe
Yeah,
that,
there you go.
yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
gonna give a shout out to Tim G because
Hey,
he over here. This man, I just found out he plays instruments. Which instrument
shoot,
you play?
I'm playing integrated. I can hold a beat down on the drum, playing bass a little bit.
Okay.
And, back in my day, I was in high school. I played saxophone,
Oh,
and when I get bored, sometimes I pick up the keyboard and I play that at home. So,
oh
but I
wow.
ain't the greatest.
That's all right. But
Yeah.
you didn't give up, like you just said. You
No.
ain't quitting.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. My nephew, I just heard some of his music. I can't think of his music name, but his real name, I'm gonna throw it out there. Keyshawn, yes. Yeah, I'll put you out there, nephew.
Yeah.
And Chris the Boss. I got a chance to hear some of his stuff, and I talked with
Yeah.
him last week. I'm gonna give also a shout out to some other people like Flint Finest the Third.
Yeah.
The first time I ever did some poetry open out in the world was at Rude.
Oh,
Can you
wow.
believe it?
Oh, man.
And I don't even really,
Yeah.
indulge there that much. But back then, it was several years ago, he was doing something. I was like, hey, I want to be a poet. I want to
Yeah.
do it. And he let me do it. And I got a chance to see him today, and I didn't think he remembered me. I was just
Yeah.
being nice and said, hi. He was like, hey, how you been? And I was like, okay, you remember? He's like, how could I forget you? You started off get off my poetry thing. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you do remember me. So that made me feel good that I got noticed, To be noticed going places is a good feeling. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not trying to be the big star of the world.
Yeah.
I just like to make people smile.
Well, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good one. I want to also give a shout out to my publicist. She's out here. She's doing things with other people. Tamika Thompson,
Yeah,
Tamika
Jamaica.
Buford
Yeah.
Thompson. She's
Okay.
out here doing stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
Motivational stuff, vision board things, all these things. Look her up. Just keep going, LLC. That's her thing. What she's doing out here.
Mm.
What about some local? You know any local teenagers and things out here doing things? Like my granddaughter. She is. Oh my gosh, she's an amazing artist. She's about to be 15 years old
Yeah.
and she's skilled with them hands already.
Yeah.
My brother, Andre Gitz, he's a great artist.
Yeah.
My brother, Jacques Gitz, he does poetry. He's very talented with that. Audrey Lewis, this young lady. I've been watching her. she's been getting selected to go places like New York, and I'm hoping she gets to the Olympics. And I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
trying to shout
yeah,
her out because
yeah,
I think everybody needs to know she's done good. She's been taking first place in
yeah,
track.
yeah.
How about you, Tim? Some children are you, your nieces, nephews, family
Uh,
members. We're
well,
giving shouts out today.
I got a son. He's running track. He's at Olivet,
Okay.
down in toward the Lansing area, and he went state 2 years in a
All
row
right. Congratulations, Tim's
from
son.
Madison, and
Okay.
so his name is Isaiah
All right.
Givens,
Strong
and
name.
my other son Jason Givens, he plays football for Grand Blanc, and uh, my other son Timothy, he drives buses, and he's all over the place. And I tell you, when I tell you that boy riding buses, I'm impressed. I
All
sit in the
right.
seat behind him on a trip to Chicago. And, I was impressed with
All
the
right.
drive, and he drove in the ice and
It's
snow.
a
And
skill to drive them
well, you
buses.
gotta have
With that
skill.
big old steering wheel that big
Yeah,
like an
yeah,
elephant like that, man, you better be on it.
yeah.
Oh, you gotta put if it was me doing it, I'd probably have to stand up and take my body and turn the wheel. I mean, I'm just saying, but we got a lot of talent here in
Not a
Flint.
talent.
You know, we get like the short end of the stick on a lot of things.
Yeah,
I think it's so many people out here that are afraid to move forward because okay, for instance, you may have family members or best friends or
yeah,
cousins or whatever,
yeah.
and they know you're out here doing these
Mhm.
things, right? But yet and still, they're not trying to support you, but they're there by you.
Yeah,
They're watching every move you make, what you're doing. They may comment, but they're not supporting.
yeah.
Sometimes our biggest supporters are strangers,
Very much.
but also still here in the city of Flint.
Yeah.
While you're out here, doing your thing with the music and stuff like that, do you go places and, perform? The viewers can check you out?
Uh,
I know I seen you do some, local talent singing down there. What were we at? Frankenmuth?
I was down in
Yeah.
Frankenmuth, and but I usually just it's not a thing that's on a schedule where you can look it up or nothing like that. I just pop in and see what's going on, and you get in there, and then you try to give them something that you think they may like. But
Mhm.
I've learned that everything that you have, everybody's not gonna like it.
Oh,
They're not
man.
gonna like it.
Perfect.
So that
Perfectly
don't
said.
mean you bombed. That just means that wasn't that crowd for that.
Mhm.
But, that's why when you saw me breaking through, you heard the different variety of songs. And so they couldn't help but to say, "Oh, well, he did do something,"
Mhm.
you
And
know?
I was just gonna say something about that because you were able to tap in, and I was just gonna ask you this question too, but Imma say this first. You were able to tap in to different genres of people and caught their attention. Like, when you did the country, I was, like, just doing my thing. What? He out there what? And I quit talking to people and turn my chair around because 'cause I'm like, "He is not up there singing." 'Cause when I go places and do country, people automatically, you just start seeing they either doing this, turning
Yeah.
their head. Some people excited, wanna see what I'm about to do, you know? But, do you got any pointers for our viewers that how to read the crowd?
Uh, I would actually say, just go with a open mind and don't, just don't be stuck in one style of music.
Okay.
Um, and when you look at the crowd, sometimes you have to just look at them and say, "You know what? Get y'all."
See, that's how you win people's attention. You pay attention to
Yeah,
the attention seekers so
yeah, yeah.
so you can be the one out there like, "Okay, well, I'm tapping in with
Yeah,
you."
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was funny. I was sitting at the table afterwards, and the guy walked up and he put
A
$20
couple people walked up to you.
on the
Oh,
table, and he said that was my tip. I said, "No, I can't take that money. I don't know. It's fine." He
what?
said, "No, we were sitting here listening to you. You have to take this." You know, and so you know, but I think it was, they just like I said, they got caught off guard because they probably assumed, "Hey, this guy is going to do some
To rap.
rapping and stuff like that."
Mhm. I
But
I think that be the biggest, um upset that people can do to another person. Try to judge them by the way they look
Yeah.
or their appearance. Um, I'm a firm believer of being open-minded,
Open.
open-minded, giving people the benefit of the doubt. You never know what walks of life people go through. You never know what makes them happy. You never know what makes them smile. You never know what makes them cry. But the thing is, if you go into a situation, just like Tim said, and you kinda just stay open, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Don't be closed off, because when you're closed off, people pick up those vibes. That's not good vibes to have.
Nah, a lot of times, when you know that you're going into well, I do it, um, my sisters, they could tell you, when we're doing something like, we all have fun. We're real goofy. We got a real silly side of the family, but it's really something how when, that music, is coming up and we know what we gotta do, I lock in,
Mhm.
and they know when we come into the rehearsal, they pretty much come in, they be like, "Okay, I know we can't go in the plan because we ain't finna have that."
Put that business
We
face
can
on.
laugh, you know, but I'm big on time too,
Mhm.
and time, that clock is always moving, and
Time
so
does not go in
no,
reverse.
I don't, and so, we lock in, and so I got, like, 9 siblings, and so, um, they all can sing.
Oh, wow, a fa the like the Jackson
They
5, you
can
got the
sing,
alright.
but some of them 'em don't sing, uh, you know, uh, to where I want them to be when they up there with me. So I had to filter them out. But the thing is, um, once we lock into what we're going to do, I see it before it happens. I actually
Okay.
visualize the crowd,
Ah,
I visualize the response, and so once I see it, like you said, "Okay, this song, when it end, they may then it's like, okay, then we go to the next. Then I said, well, no, they probably ain't gonna clap after that one. So sometimes you put them in a different order, but
mhm.
I've actually visualized the whole set before I actually go into it
That's
and execute.
that's a good pointer for me.
Yeah,
'Cause, sometime I used to go different places and I wanna do karaoke, so before I go up there, I sit back and I listen to what the crowd's doing and what people's
yeah,
favorites is, and I'm like, "Okay, now I'm gonna go up there and mess the whole scene up and do
mm,
some country that they
yeah,
probably ain't even ready to hear."
yeah,
So Imma wait a few minutes, trying to fill it out, but then I get to the point where, like, "You know what? I'm gonna go do me because
yeah,
I feel good today,
yeah,
and I just wanna get this out?" I think that, every day in life, if you're geared to, making yourself better, right? I always this one chant I say all the time, "Today is better than yesterday
yeah.
because yesterday was better than the day before."
That's right.
So each time I wake up to do something, first of all, thank God for waking me up. And then every moment that I make, I try to do something better than what I did the day before
Yeah,
or the day before that. I wanna do better each and every time because I got little people that's looking up to me,
yeah, I believe in
and I want them to understand that, you got a voice, you got a choice.
that.
You know? And you don't have to be a follower. Everybody is a leader,
Yeah, yeah,
and everybody is their own professional in their own right to what you love to do. So, I love to write. I'm not saying I'm the best writer. Probably a lot of people don't like my poetry.
well,
I don't know, but I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm
yeah,
not gonna
don't
stop.
stop.
I'm not gonna give up. And sometimes I have to sit it aside.
Yeah,
Shout out to Phil for that one. Sometimes I have to sit it aside
yeah,
and do something else to entertain myself, but I always go back.
yeah.
I always figure out a way to go back.
I heard an artist sing a song that said the word says yesterday is gone.
Mm,
So what are you gonna do with today? And so
oh,
you move on, when you wake
wow.
up in the morning, it's a new day, it's another opportunity for you to, do some different things.
Mhm.
And so bring a smile on somebody's face in the case, and I'm putting a commercial break plug in case y'all don't have this. You y'all need to get this. You know, y'all need to get this book. Y'all see that book? Y'all make sure y'all get this book. All
Good
these
morning.
books. Get any one of 'em. Just contact her and tell her you want a book, because a lot of times people go out and they buy all these cards, and I'm not saying nothing's wrong with buying cards, uh, but there are cards in that book too, so,
Mhm.
get out there and, Get those
Thanks.
books.
Thanks
Get
for that.
these
I
books.
did that for Christmas. I took some of my poetry
Yeah,
and I took just one little script out of it and I found a scripture in the Bible. My friend
yeah,
Yvette helped me find them and I put them on a postcard
yeah.
and that's what I did just to give them out to people. I feel like over 100 of them. And, some
See that?
people received them, some people didn't, but I did it out of the goodness of my heart. I
Yeah.
didn't ask anybody for it. I put a candy cane with it
Gotta
when
have
I gave it out.
good-hearted
It was,
people in
yeah,
this world.
I have a good
Yeah,
heart.
yeah,
I'm a good person with a good heart and I love being with good people. It
yes.
brings out the best in you,
It hap
you know? And music, music is the soul communication between a lot of people. The word is, and there ain't no beast around here, but they say music calms a savage beast, right?
Yeah,
If somebody is out there acting out, turn on some music.
yeah.
But then guess what? If you turn on the wrong kind of music, what you think it's gonna
Oh,
do?
man, it's gonna, ignite them more. Yeah,
That's why I believe in the music now with no
no
words
words.
or soothing, calming
Mhm.
music.
That's the music you put on when babies, you trying to calm them down. You put on that calming music,
Mhm.
stuff that sounds like the ocean. You don't go put on hardcore, you're gonna have them climbing the curtains and tearing your
I know.
blinds up
And
and
now, don't
stuff.
get me wrong. I love good music so I
Yeah,
can dance
we
because I
like it
love to
all.
dance.
We like it all.
But I want something that when it's time to relax,
Yeah, yeah.
ease my mind, I want to sit back and
Music
chill.
is powerful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. What Missy said, music makes you lose control.
Yeah, make it grow.
It does. When you were growing up in the city of Flint, what was one of the favorite things you used to like to do outside as a kid? Because these kids don't go outside that much no more.
No, they don't go outside. One of the, things I love to do as a kid, I love basketball,
Okay.
um,
Been on any teams
sports.
before in school?
I didn't get on the team, but, I was, forced to be reckoned with, uh,
Okay.
you
Ooh,
know
shout out to Tim G on the
yeah,
court.
in the backyards and in the gyms. I held my own, when you walk anytime you walk in the gym and, people telling you when you walk in, "Oh, you ain't finna score all that you scored the last time." That tells you right there you did something.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Put
but
a
yeah.
scratch mark on that thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I patterned myself on the basketball court. I always pattern myself after Magic Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know his
That's why you got
story.
on that purple.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I like the Lakers, and so, I've been with them ever since Magic Johnson came on the scene
All
because I didn't
right.
know who he was, but when somebody kept saying the word Magic Johnson, I thought, "Hey, it's a guy doing magic tricks." So, started liking him and didn't even know who he was.
Really?
Yeah. When
I
I
don't
got a
know a
chance to
lot of
see him
that.
play, it was different.
Wow.
Yeah.
My favorite thing I used to like to do outside was we used to play like Red Rover, Simon Says,
Yeah.
that's all red light, green light, yeah, red light, yeah.
Yeah, hide, go seek. There's some people still
Mm-hmm.
hiding, waiting to be found, and that was back in 1970. Yeah,
1970.
they're still waiting to be found.
I ain't going to look for 'em. Yeah, no what we might find. Go look for somebody back from there. Man. But kids these days, we need to really, Flint Town, stand up. We really need to analyze and review ourselves and our lives. And everybody needs to figure out a way to get them kids back outside,
Yeah,
playing outside games, kickball, basketball,
all that
football,
dodgeball.
riding their bike, dodgeball. Get off these phones, get off them computers. I mean, that AI stuff is taking over.
Yeah,
It's taking over. And I know everybody says technology is the way of the world. That's the way of the new beginning, or not new beginning, the new life ahead of us, and all these things. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, when that stuff start crashing and going crazy, the basics of what we do in life will be the main thing. With a lot of, we gotta start growing our own food again.
yeah,
Stop eating stuff that we don't know where exactly came from.
yeah,
That's what's wrong with some of these people's insides.
yeah.
You gotta think about that. You gotta be careful, you gotta be healthy, you gotta look out for, your family, your kids. You gotta make sure everybody's on the straight and narrow
Have
these
to.
days. This world is crazy.
Very,
I'm not a
very.
politician, and I don't like talking about politics and the government and all that because I ain't got a leg to stand on with that.
Hmm.
But what I can do is stand on my own 2 feet
Yeah.
and tell this girl what she
Yeah.
needs to do for herself,
Yeah.
you know? So, but, that's just
That's great.
it is a part of and part of life growing up, you live, you learn, right?
Got
What would you say to our viewers, to the ones that probably keep bumping their head doing the same old thing over and over and over? It's called insanity, but, what kind of advice would you give people, to
uh,
stay strong and stay focused?
well, you gotta surround yourself with, the uh, right people,
Mhm,
you know, because if you stay continuing to bump your head and you around the same folk, that's gonna happen
mhm.
until you get out of there,
Yeah.
you gotta get out, or somebody come get you, and pull
Mhm.
you out, but as long as you're on the inside, you don't see it,
Yeah, that's
You
true,
don't see it
yeah.
until you get out,
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
like,
difficult.
and no offense to, nobody that smokes or nothing, but you, uh, you smoke and people could tell you all day long that it's damaging your lungs and everything, but until you actually get away from
Mhm.
it and, you know, then you see,
Right.
when you sit there with the doctor and he's showing you the x-rays of your lungs, then you see
Mhm.
differently.
And some
So,
people are just like, "Yeah, whatever,"
right, and
you
blow
know?
the smoke in your face.
You know, um, kinda like I told a story, like, when I stopped drinking. Um, I come from a long line of alcoholics, right?
Mhm.
And I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah,
And it's not like the famous story of the world, but it's my story. And I realized that it seemed like it was that easy to do, and it would never affect me. But then when I realized the effect of it was I wasn't doing my best performance at work.
yeah,
I wasn't my best performance as a parent. I wasn't on my best performance as a friend, a spouse. It was a lot of things I had to analyze. And when I really started analyzing myself and realizing that it's because of what I'm doing why I'm going through what I'm going through, not because of what somebody else is telling me I'm doing it to myself. So I had to realize that and start being more adequately better about staying focused where I wanna go, what I wanna do, how I wanna be for me.
yeah,
You gotta do it for yourself first.
yeah,
So, any of y'all out there, you struggling with anything, don't feel that your life is over or that it's time to throw in the towel and keep doing it. If you wanna change, start making a change with the surroundings that you're in. Start making a change with the things you do to yourself and just, be more conscious about where you're going in your life, you know?
yeah.
That's all you really need to do.
Well, my favorite singer said it best, starts with the man in the mirror.
Michael, yeah, and we are the world, and we are the children.
Yeah,
Hey, what's wrong? Hey, quote a little bit of Michael J.
yeah, yeah,
He did a good job. I think that a lot of his powerful songs that he sang come from his upbringing.
yeah,
We all heard the story. We don't
yeah,
know the real.
yeah.
Nobody knows the real but that family.
Nobody but
We
him.
just know what they portrayed and
Yeah,
depicted out of what they wanted to let us see.
yeah,
Just like anything else in life, you know. Y'all give us a call.
yeah.
Y'all know we up here talking about some
Yeah,
stuff
give
that
us a
y'all some
call.
stuff that
Give
y'all
us a
want to talk
call.
about. 248-820-5053 out of the mud Inc. Shout out to J. Bill the
Yeah,
Greatest Mayfield,
yeah,
George F. Grundy the Second,
yeah,
and
Grundy.
whoop whoop. And we're
Yeah,
gonna give another shout out to MUA for
yeah,
all your beauty needs, bookings, makeup. Also, she has her own cosmetic line, y'all. The
yeah.
website is www.shopmakeupismylife.com. Check that out. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe
That's right.
because we're up in here trying to do our thing. And also, don't forget about Little Oldie.
Forget about that book.
I'm on Amazon, y'all. You can't catch up with me, inbox me, Facebook, Terralisa McBride. Y'all see me out there.
Yeah,
Sometime I go do story time telling that comes from vision. Going to be up in there on March 22nd. If you're interested, it's a free event. Come and check us out. I'm going to be doing something at the Urban Cafe on with Out of the Mud Inc. So make sure y'all show up. It's a meet and greet. That's going to be what is that, George? March 31st, the 30th. I'm sorry, March the 30th. It's a Sunday, 4 to 6. Come check us out.
yeah,
You know, Anthony. Shout out to Anthony Allen, letting us
yeah.
be up and doing what I do.
Anthony Allen, yeah,
Anthony Allen, give
yeah,
you a shout out.
yeah. Get a
Yes,
haircut while you
yeah, get your haircut. Oh, give me a haircut in a couple of days. Hey, Double Trouble. If you're listening, you know what that's a little inside.
up.
So, man, Tim, so tell us a little bit about the type of music that that you're working with. Are you working on anything new?
Yes, I am. I'm currently working on a project that I actually started back in I would like to say maybe 2011.
Okay.
Probably go back further than that, but I just released a single uh, last
Do
Monday
y'all
night
hear
at
this?
midnight, and so the single, I'll tell you about the single. It was a lady, and they had the family asked me to sing at her 90th birthday
Aw,
celebration last year in August.
okay.
So I had the celebration, and I didn't want to do other people's song this time. I was like, their song is out there, and I said, well, let me see if I can write my own. And so it wasn't as easy as I
Amazing.
thought,
Okay.
but I wrote the song because I was like, okay, most songs they got rhyme, them words got to go. And so I made the song up, and we put it together, and I had the music in my head, and so shout out to Jackson, he executed the song, and so it got released because when I talked to her, she's 90 years old, and
Okay.
so when I kept hearing her tell me, hey, I'm getting tired. I said, well, he said, well, what you want to put out first? I said, let's do that one first, so she can hear it. And so they let her hear the song, and there's more to come.
All
We're
right. Well,
working on the whole
congratulations.
project, and
All
so
right.
uh, hopefully by I'll say maybe by August, sometime August, we should be done.
All right. Y'all hear this? We
Yeah,
sit up here with some good local talent. I didn't even know that. Thank you for sharing with us
yeah,
because this is amazing. This is what we want to do. My thing is red alert, which is my favorite
yeah,
color. I want to alert everyone, the listeners, to what's going on in the city of Flint that I am aware of when it comes to local talent. I believe that everybody has a talent. If you want to come down here and sit next to me and let's talk about your
yeah,
talent, let's do it. Let's let everybody know what's going on. Don't be ashamed.
yeah,
I mean, like I said, I'm not a singer, but I'm an author. I'm
yeah,
a writer. I'm a poet. But I'm also a mother, a grandmother, and I'm a great friend, you know.
yeah,
And that I find that amazing about myself. And I'm a good hard worker too. And I don't mind working on a car.
yeah,
I don't mind getting that's why I wear no nails. I don't
yeah.
mind getting these
You
hands
need your
dirty.
breaks now. I know who to call.
That's right. Hey, jack that boy up. No, I'm just I'm telling you, I just like to I love being around good people. I just love it.
Yeah,
I mean, the other day I was with my aunt. She's in her 70s.
yeah,
Well, both of them. One's in the 60s, one's in the 70s. And I find that they like being around us, the younger generation of the family. And we all had a good time. And we
yeah.
laugh at them, but I learn a lot from her.
Oh yeah,
I always be like, okay, what you said on the page
yeah,
and write down
yeah,
the next thing you
yeah,
talking about. I was like, man, but when I think when elderly people are around a good youth crowd of
mhm,
people, it gives them that vibrant
yeah,
feeling of being young again.
yeah,
That's what keeps them here. And I think, like, when I play with my grandbabies and laugh and play board games and stuff with them, I feel youthful again with them,
hmm
you know?
yeah. And I was looking at too, like you can go down Saginaw Street and you see empty buildings, and so you can stop a teenager that's probably 16 years old, and you say, "How long you been living over here?" He said, "All my life." And you say, "Well, what used to be right there?" "No, it's been empty for a while." But when you talk to somebody older
Mhm.
and you say, "How old are you?" And they say, "Oh, I'm in my late 70s. I've been living around here all my life." You say, "Well, what used to be right here?" They can actually tell you
Mhm.
exactly what was in there because
Mhm.
they know.
Yep.
And so, like you said, the old people, they draw strength from us, and we
Yes.
draw wisdom from them.
Bingo. What I say? TNT. Boom. That was a shocker. That was dynamite. That was explosive. That was amazingly said. Seriously, because you're right. Who else we gonna get our wisdom from? They
Yeah,
taking our books away from us,
yeah, take the
taking
books.
them out of the
Matter
libraries.
of fact, they now talking about they asking the question, uh, about GPS, and they saying, "Can you get around without it?" Because it may come down to where GPS could be gone, and if it
I will
is
be
gone,
lost.
hey,
We have to
it
get that old map out. I got one too. I got one of them old big fold out maps,
yeah, but you
but it's
know
so outdated. I
yeah,
bet you.
the maps, they got roads that they done built since then,
I
and
know.
so the map, you go that way, but then you get there, it's blocked, but you know that GPS will let you know, "Hey, that's blocked, go that way."
Mm,
That's what
I
we're
did
talking
not
about
hear that.
now. Yeah,
That's gonna be something.
yeah, if it happens, we gonna be lost.
What about all these smart cars? They got the computer brain in them.
And believe it or not, I live in Flint, and there's still some places I got a GPS to get there.
Hello, too. Especially out of picture. All them trees, peach tree, orange box, orange tree. I get. You're right. I have
Yeah,
the GPS small different little
yeah,
places around 'cause I don't really go nowhere,
mhm,
you know. But the other day, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, my son and I was riding on by Wilk Street,
yeah,
and I said, "Oh, that used to be the Citizen Bank and the pizza place
sure
right
did.
next door." Look, and it's so you've seen that? It's just
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
building covered up with a bunch of grass
yeah,
and trees or whatever, and it was like, wow.
yeah,
That was my grandmother's bank when she lived on in Milton. She lived
yeah,
right down here on Wells
right in
Street.
there. Lot all different.
Yeah, it's a lot of things changing, and, when I look out the window behind us now, all these people outside and doing all these things, they're coming from all over different
Yeah.
places. I don't think this is all just the city of Flint,
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
but why can't we have this type of, crowd of people coming to help rebuild some of these blight houses and people coming and volunteer to help build our city back up instead of just coming for a special short time events. I think that, we need to get back to basics. I'm all for one. I used to be a part of the neighborhood NIP association. They used
Mhm.
to come and let us little kids feed us lunch and take us out of neighborhoods to clean up the
Yeah,
yards and, make our own garden at different
yeah.
local places. Don't nobody do that stuff anymore.
Mm-mm.
If I had it, I would do that.
Yeah,
I would go around gathering up kids, make people sign waivers, take them different places. Let's go clean up this area. Let's go and paint this house. Let's go do something nice for elderly people. It's a lot of things that people can do to help build up our
oh,
city.
yeah, sure. I remember when I was in school, and they had pottery in classes, and they taught us how to make bowls, and they had the auto mechanic classes. They taught us how
Yes,
to do, uh, um, balance checkbooks. They even taught you how to cook,
home
but
ec.
when it became where we was making a lot of money on the side, that's why they called us, shade tree mechanic, and we was taking the money from
The
everybody
shots.
else. Yeah, they was like, let's take that class up out of that school
Wow.
and make them
I
pay
didn't
for
even
it.
think about that because now I'm wondering, is that the reason why they stopped teaching home ec?
Yeah,
Is that the reason why they stopped teaching people how to balance a checkbook? And I mean, those are things that help us and our
yeah,
generation
yeah,
be able to thrive
yeah.
in our community.
Now you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, driver's training was taught in the
Yeah,
school.
taught in the
That was a
school. Yeah,
class.
it was a class. You had to take it,
Yeah,
and
you
now
got to
you
pay
gotta
for it.
pay, you know?
And then they got these schools where the charter schools and the international schools. What happened to the local schools? I just said that I think a couple weeks ago on the show that why ain't nobody out here trying to open up these schools again and get some good teachers in there and some people that want to work. I know
Yeah,
some people that are good teachers, good mentors,
yeah,
that's something that they can be doing to help
yeah,
our youth.
yeah,
This is a lot of kids I feel my heart goes out to them that they go home from school to nothing.
nothing.
They don't have nothing to look forward to.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that, maybe their family got got dealt with short end of the stick or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, I can remember when I was a kid. I know my parents were stone cold alcoholics. I
Yeah,
love them to death. I mean, they're both gone now.
yeah,
But when I went to school, I was happy. I had lunch, breakfast, then I had lunch. I learned my lesson, interacted with my friends. We played outside. We
yeah,
had a good time. And then when I go home, Me and my brothers, that's all we had. So we had to figure out what we needed to do because, our parents were doing their own thing with their friends. But then every once in a while, they'll realize that, we ain't done nothing with the kids. So, let's
Right.
try to do something. My mom would make sandwiches and put them in a little, picnic basket and walk to the park with us,
Yeah.
and just sit there. Even though she sat there drinking her beer, she was with us.
Yeah.
She took us somewhere.
Yeah.
I think we need to get back to that with a lot of things with kids, and because they need that. They need that bonding. It's just sad
Yeah.
watching them out here in the world
Yeah.
now get in trouble.
Hmm.
I mean, the biggest thing that kids get in trouble about is trying to make some money.
Yeah. And when they took those paddles out of school and
Mhm.
stopped the parents from laying hands on them,
Mm, mm, mm.
that changed
They changed,
changed
and
a
then they
lot of
gave them
stuff.
a phone number to call.
Oh yeah, gave him a
I
phone number,
call it
told him
CPS on you.
you only got to dial 3 numbers, and we pulling up. You know.
When that 3 numbers was supposed to be for survival and safety,
Yeah.
not coming to be a
Yeah.
mediator in
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
household for your parent disciplining you for doing something outlandish in their
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awful. That's pretty awful.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of kids out here that have talent,
Yeah.
but we don't know that. You know
Well,
why
we
we
don't
don't know
know.
it? Because they're on them phones all the time.
Yeah. Stuck in the house.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Kelsey Williams, Inspire You. I can't wait to be able to get with her to get my grandkids involved in that. She's doing things
Yeah.
that's helping children, regain themselves, teaching them.
Yeah.
They do, like I know I said it before. They teaching boys how to do tie ties. Anthony Allen, and
Yeah.
give them haircuts and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes these kids the women, the girls are being learned or taught etiquette, things like that. People not doing that anymore.
No.
I care enough to if I had it, I would do it.
Hmm.
If I had the stability, not the mentality, because I have the mentality. If I had the stability to be able to do that and get out here in the world, that's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
Advocate for children and help them and make sure that they knew that, you can be just as successful as you want to be.
Yeah.
Because success starts within you.
It does. And going back to days of yay and nay, we could plainly see the way when it was up to us to choose whether to win or lose.
I think he a poet too, y'all. Did y'all hear that?
Bring back the times when we could see what was wrong and what we wanted to be, and
Mhm.
caught up in the midst of complexity.
Ooh.
Bring back the days of yay and nay. Yeah.
Oh, it is. See, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Mine is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I need to hear that. All right. How'd you know that, sir?
Yeah.
I grew up in the Kojic church.
Yeah. He know.
You
Okay.
know, I wasn't born in
You was born in it.
it. So you know about that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Terralisa, you know about that? You don't know about the Church of God in Christ?
What do you mean though?
So Prayer Garden's
Is
Church
a
of God in
church
Christ,
called
right?
Church of God in Christ?
That's the denomination.
Okay.
Isn't Prayer Garden Church of God in Christ?
Yeah.
Should we feature the song? This is the church of God in Christ. This is the church of God in Christ.
It's got that voice.
You
You
cannot
cannot join in,
You must be
born in
This is the church
church
of
of God in
God in Christ.
Christ. Yeah, they all
Oh,
had I think everybody, all
I
these,
didn't know that. See, y'all just
yeah,
taught me something. See, if you don't learn something new every day, something wrong with you.
yeah,
Thank you for dropping that knowledge
So,
on me.
my apologies. It's just so much dynamic. I know you understand who you got sitting in front of you, but do you understand who you got sitting in front of you?
No, I do not.
And
I just when
his
I met
family,
this
his
young man,
family, his family. He's of a bloodline of Grammy winners. He's a bloodline of people that have traveled across the world with some of the
boy,
best artists
I
in the world, along with himself. And I mean, they're a
see how humble you are.
dynamic family. You talking about
What?
the only church that can pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Rance, can you come and see us for a minute?" And he'd come and so singing this
What?
song. You don't know.
I
You
am
don't
very
know.
honored.
If you know, you know. But
Thank
now you
you.
know.
Now I know. I'm up. Look, see, But just me talking to you the way I'm talking to you and the way I met you and the different places I've seen you at, you've always been kind, humble, and gentle. That's something I would have never known.
I used to. I
That is
grew up
amazing.
watching, listening to Red, and we would listen to him on the 8 tracks and stuff,
The
right?
8 tracks.
And
You telling
so
your age now.
and so the very first time that, I was riding with my dad and them, and we were going to see Red, and I said, "Man, we finna see this guy for real, like, I'm about to see him for real, same one that was on the tape in our speakers." And, real cool. So, um, a lot of days, weekends we would spend at Rand's house
Oh,
and,
wow.
just be there. This was before all the feathery, hair. He had the black jerry curl. He played the piano when he sung with his
Oh, y'all gonna
brothers.
have me gonna do my
Uh,
home school
he played
And
the
research.
he had like
drums. He
a
played the
7 or 8
guitar.
octave voice, didn't he?
Yeah, Rance was, matter of fact, I started playing drums with him, and when he would come to Flint, then started
Oh, wow,
uh,
this is amazing.
and so I'll say this real fast. It's so funny to me. So when I was playing drums and the bass player that was playing finally got off the bass and he said, his name's Demetrius Nichols, and he said, "Tim, I'm gonna let you start playing for Rance because I have to work a lot
Oh,
and I can't make it." And so I was playing for Rance. And so this one particular day we gets to rehearse, and my uncle Derek Jones was playing the organ. And so Derek said, he said, "Tim, I'm gonna let you become
oh, shoots.
the leader of the band." And so I said, "Oh, you gonna let me lead the band?" And we in rehearsal now. And so I said, "So when Rance," I said, "So Rance, when you say break it down, um, they gotta listen to me." And so I'm telling you, I said, so Rand said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, we tell them break it down. I'm gonna tell you to break the band down." Wow. So I got excited at that fact, right? So I said, "Well, Rance, can we practice that a couple times, where you
Practice
call
break it
my
down.
name and have me to break it down?" So I'm looking at them and I'm like, "Hey, when I tell y'all to break it down, y'all going down." But I'm telling you, when he gave me the position of the band, I can't lie to you. Man, that shit like my head got so big. I couldn't even walk out the church. I'm
You a
talking about,
bobblehead.
man, where the shades at? Where the glasses at? I'm thinking I'm star status
Oh
now.
my
But
goodness.
yeah, but Rance was really, really, he was really cool. There's a lot of times we used to be backstage before he would be playing, and I would talk to him back there and different things like, "Hey, what do you do for your voice? How do you keep going like this?" And Rance just looked at me and said one word. He said, "Rest." I'm thinking, I sleep all the time. My voice don't sound like this. But he was just that dude. Um,
He just
very, very humble. Like you could talk to him.
Now, if I
I
could,
like that.
if I could input, it was some rappers and stuff over here this past couple days ago, and they reference Rance Allen. Like one of the guys, he's from Oregon. He's from Flint, but he lives in Oregon. And he was saying that Rance was at an event there where he was supposed to preach. They got him out there to preach in Oregon, and some of the ministers were saying something that was sideways, and he just paused. He said, "Hey, what y'all saying? Uh, I ain't here for all that. It, actually, I'm about to leave because y'all on some other stuff." So not only based on even though he has transitioned, is not here any longer with us physically, his memory and his legacy of the type of man he is and was rings to this day.
Wow.
Even with
You have to
current
look him up.
artists that are rappers, and so you heard the song with Kirk Franklin, something about the name Jesus. That's Rance
Okay.
Allen. And like I
I
said,
didn't
his
know that.
voice, he had, I think it was a 7 octave voice,
Yeah.
Wow.
very rare voice. And but going back to T, you got about, I'd say about 10 years on me, right? I would say, so you're the 80s, 90s church, Terralisa. So when it comes to Flint and music, church music,
Okay.
gospel music, people would come to Flint. This is when, New Jerusalem was stuff. Hallelujah, salvation and glory. When Bishop what's his name? Bishop Floyd was running the whole state of Michigan, and him and Bishop Abernathy with false Ab- they had the credit union. People would come, gospel singers would come, like the biggest names in the planet, to come pick our artists, to come pick our drummers, to come pick our guitarists, to come pick our
Really?
bass players.
Flint
And
Town,
and
stand up.
and the ones that I remember, Prayer Garden, you had New Jerusalem, and you had Bishop Dunlap, them that were like the ones that like um what's his name? John P. Key. I think he picked about 3 of our drummers out of Flint during his height. And
Oh,
they came
wow.
from
I
like
did not know that.
those different churches. Like I said, he got Grammy Award winners in his family, like it, bad.
Wow. Well,
And
that is
guess what?
amazing.
Guess where they learned their stuff from?
What?
Him. Play with him. He'll show you something. You see what he got on his chest. He got the 2, 3 for a reason.
What? Man, I'm over here sitting next to Grady. Well, you know what? It is just amazing to know and hear things like that, because to me, you're just like a normal guy. I mean, but you're out here making things happen. You're making things happen, you're helping people, you're doing things, you're inspiring people. Man, it's been a pleasure, like, sitting here just knowing this about you when all this other time I'm just over here laughing at you, dancing and having a good time with us. I'm just like, like normal. And here you are, you're not normal. You're normal, but you're not normal. You're like, I don't know how to say it, but it's just like I'm thankful and grateful to know that about you and know that you know how to separate the business side of you with the life of Tim. You're not trying to blow up and be this big head like you had with the
Yeah, yeah.
drums and the breakdown. You're just maybe learning that early in life is why you're the way you are now because you had that experience.
I like a normal life. I like you said, I have some cousins that used to stand behind me and clench their sticks in their hands real tight, waiting on the opportunity. And I would look back and I see them. Some days I let them play, and sometimes I didn't. But when I finally decided, okay, yeah, go ahead. Uh, Eugene McBride. I got a cousin named Durrell Jones. He go by Daru now, but he plays. He was playing for Roscoe Flatts. He also was
Wow.
doing stuff with Tony,
Ooh,
and they've been all over the
Did you
place.
say Rascal Flatts?
Yeah,
Like the country singer?
he played
God
with
bless the broken road?
all.
Rascal Flatts?
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
And he's been. They play all over. When I say the world, I mean like they in Iceland, Alaska, yeah, and playing over there. And so, um, it's just it's a great feeling, to be able to see
Did you mention Tony yet? Did I hear you say Tony?
Tony, yeah,
Okay, I'm just making sure you
yeah,
said Tony.
and,
That's the Grammy winner.
yeah, and so, to know that they are related
Hold
to
on, let me
me.
pause you for a second. If Tony is a female and she one of the best on the planet,
Wow.
I used to have a group
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
And when you
Jerry
when you
telling on
can look
himself.
back and, you look at them, like, you can pick your phone up and call and they answer the phone. Just like Rance, right now, I can pick the phone up and call his wife, and we can have a conversation on the phone. And I've went to the house. What was it last year a little bit, and sat down and she cooks. She cooks all the time, but she cooked, and they took me. They said, "We're gonna take you in the room and let you see Rance room." And I mean, everything was just white piano,
Oh, wow.
all
Did
his
you get that
awards.
goosebump feeling?
I was just like, I was sitting there walking around through there, and I was like, man, this is what Rance, you know. And It was a wonderful feeling,
That is
and
great.
you
That
know,
is great.
to 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 look at your cousins. I got another cousin. Her name is Latonia, and she's done a lot of stuff with Snoop Dogg, and so and they came right up, right there watching me play. But what they did, um, they took the
That's
craft
amazing.
and they began to really put the work in.
Mhm.
I stopped. I pulled
You
over
set
to
it
the side.
aside.
Yeah, I went over to the side,
Yeah.
and so I did some other stuff.
That's
And
alright.
so now, to look at them now, it's like you very appreciative about what they doing.
So, when I asked you earlier about encouraging people and, motivating them,
Yeah,
you really actually put works to what I asked about. I mean, you really I didn't if George hadn't brought that up, I would have just still been going and on
I wouldn't have said nothing
like
either.
normal. But, hey, that's what we're doing, knowledgeable things in the community. Now, everybody out there should know by now that you can be whatever you want here in the city of Flint. We have a lot of talent
Yeah,
here. And George even stated people are coming here to get some of our talent and pulling them out. I mean, my goodness.
I'm gonna add one last thing.
You
So the greatest song ever written on behalf of the state of Michigan, he's part of that song. We have the actual
who?
original singer here with us, Marquita Marjay, with the greatest state of Michigan song
You
ever
better
written,
say it.
and they are co-collaborators of that.
Yes. Are you talking about Michigander?
What? Say it again.
Michigander.
Say it again.
Proud to be a Michigander,
Say
yeah,
it again.
to be exact.
yeah,
When I tell you that song, yeah, that needs to be our national anthem. That's a very
yeah,
powerful,
yeah,
uplifting
yeah,
song.
yeah,
I had the pleasure of hearing
The
Tim
greatest.
and Marquita sing another song. I didn't get the title of it, but the song y'all collaborated together.
yeah. It was
Oh,
called Special Day.
oh, that was a special day. Y'all did it for me that day. I said y'all did that for me. I was like, man, that brings hope
Yeah,
to people. The music that y'all do brings hope and it brings joy. And I love that. And I think that proud to be a Michigander, man. Boy, you
Greatest state of Michigan song ever written. Marquita Marjay
yeah,
and Tim.
yeah,
mm-hmm. I better know it. Don't be slipping on my girl. 'Cause I'm telling you, the things that she's doing, her voice is so sultry to me.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
It brings out the inner. I'm
yeah,
just wow,
yeah,
amazed by it. And I will tell you this, not only that it does a great job, the song, the first time I heard it, it caught my attention, like, the things she was saying in it. Remember I was just talking about when people have music and they saying different words and stuff like
yeah,
that? A lot of times, the words, especially, like, in a lot of rap music, they're
yeah.
gonna say something that gonna be demeaning, downing, whatever. Every word she says in that is something that anybody who lives in the city of Flint
Mhm.
can relate to and uplift from.
Yeah,
She's speaking about all of those things.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Well, thank you for bringing that up, George.
yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
that. We coming to y'all down here from Out of the Mud Inc.
Out of the mud.
on South Saginaw Street, right here at the corner of Kersley and
That's where
Saginaw.
we at.
Out of the mud, whoop whoop. And I'm gonna tell you this: George F. Grundy and James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, they're out here got us and a lot of people on these platforms doing what we do here, Flint. Y'all need to start tuning in, like, share, and subscribe. Come aboard, see what's going on. I'm gonna give a shout out again to MUA Jock for all your beauty needs. Bookings are open for makeup. Also, she has her own cosmetic line. The website is www.shopmakeupIsMyLife.com. Check all this out. And I think we're gonna get ready to end our show today. And I am very, very, very thankful
Yeah,
that you came aboard.
yeah,
And now I've learned out all these beautiful things about you. So yes, we're gonna sing in background.
yeah,
He said
yeah,
he gonna be this professional singer. Professional said he will back me up in my loudmouth karaoke.
yeah.
Y'all just don't
Back
know.
her up.
I'm telling you.
Jerry Brown said, "Hey, mom." Yeah, Charlisa King, Kyle said,
Aw, thank you. And it's Jerry.
Jerry,
Jerry.
Jerry,
J.
Jer- Jerry
That's
Brown.
my daughter. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to
Yeah,
her. I
yeah,
keep telling
yeah.
people, she worked really, really hard being a nurse, first line, one of the frontliners. And I will say this: um, the best $10 I ever spent in my life was when she was going to college. And you know how kids do. And then something happened, and she stopped going to school for it or whatever. And she really wanted to do it, and her license had expired,
Yeah,
her little certificate or permit or whatever. And she wanted it. She had a little job, but she didn't want to spend her money.
yeah,
And I was mad. And I was like,
yeah,
"You done all this, and I got you going to school." I said, "You know what? If I this $10,
yeah.
and I promise you, on everything I love, that's the best $10 I've ever spent."
Oh,
I gave her
wow.
that $10. She renewed that and ain't stopped yet.
Yeah,
She set it aside for a minute, Tim.
yeah,
And she reeled it back in. Now she's studying and going to school for doctorate of nursing. But I still tell everybody she's Dr. Brown.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be my
Dr.
doctor.
Brown, Dr. Brown.
Dr. Brown.
Shout out to Dr. Brown. And
That's
I'm gonna
it.
give another shout out to my daughter Tiffany and my son LaShannon and my granddaughter Tiana
Right.
and Navy and Charlie and Vanessa. So um, you know, they the ones keep me going.
That's what
Yeah,
we
keep
said.
me
That
going.
youth.
Yeah, keep me
That's why I
going.
love my grandbabies.
Yeah,
So they're gonna keep us going, keep us on our
yeah,
toes.
yeah,
And them kids.
yeah.
Sometimes I dub my daughter as my mom. Like I'm on her little account where we watch TV, and I might be like, "Mom, what channels we got that I can
Yeah,
watch at
yeah,
home now?"
yeah,
But it's kind of funny. It's a loving thing. She always has my back. I love her to death.
yeah,
I have her back. My son as well. He plays sports a lot. He was out there doing his thing. He changed his life a little bit.
yeah,
He set it aside.
yeah,
I'm gonna start using that, Tim.
yeah,
Thank you for that because
yeah,
you have just really uplifted me and inspired me to know that just because I'm writing books and I'm doing these things, I'm still Terralisa. I
yeah,
still have a heart. I'm still a very humble person,
yeah,
and I'm still going to keep smiling and entertaining and doing what I do,
yeah.
regardless there's nobody there to support
Yeah,
it or
don't
not.
quit. Don't quit.
I'm not. I'm
Don't
not.
quit. Don't quit. Because
Wow.
sometimes you know, is a lot of times we can't see where we right there. And so I look at it like there are times you go to the store, those corner stores. And so when you put your merchandise inside this little box, little glass box, you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Well, the guy on the other side, he cannot open that door until you close this door.
Oh yeah.
And when you close that door, then he's able to put all your stuff in the bag for you.
Mhm.
And then when he bag it up for you, if his door is open, you can't open it.
True.
It won't open until that door closed. And so a lot of times things that is for us, we have to wait until the door closes. Sometimes when people is working and they get fired from their job, they don't understand why they got fired. They said, "I thought I did everything right. I came to work and I was on time." But sometimes that ain't for you all that time,
All right.
and you have to wait until something like that happens. And just know that getting fired don't mean you did something wrong. It's something better than that, but you can't get to it until that happens.
Wow. That was our sermon on Sunday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, waiting on the Lord.
Waiting on the
Just
Lord.
because one door closed, that don't mean nothing.
Nah,
Delayed don't mean
nah,
denied.
I don't mean
Oh my
not at
goodness.
all.
Tim, you gotta
Listen to
come back
that.
again on the show.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, delayed
Delayed
don't
don't mean
mean
denied.
denied. I
Yeah.
mean,
You guys most definitely have to do a part
yes, we do, because we just going on. I got
because
so
now
much
you
things
got
to talk
some
about.
new
Now that
information.
I got some new info. I'm sitting next to somebody that got some professional talent, skills, knowledge. Man, man. All right, I'm gonna still be talking after this show is over because I know I love talking. It's been happening. But
I want
anyway,
to see if he can get some of his family out of the mud, and y'all to have one of them family conversations where y'all talk about the competition of being holding them sticks and
oh yeah,
figuring it out.
gripping them real tight behind, like ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. We have my cousin he just moved. He moved to LA, and Gene is always on the road. He plays for Ready for the World.
What?
Man, he be gone
You
all
know,
the
my
time.
son name is Eugene McBride.
Yeah, we was talking about that.
Yeah, but he the second,
Yeah,
But still, shout out to Eugene McBride, the first
yeah,
and the
yeah,
second, and
absolutely.
Eugene McBride and
Yeah,
his got the E McBrides out here.
yeah, you got the
E Mac.
McBride. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My question is,
we talked about it because there's so many drummers in the family. I mean, like
Really?
I was telling them one time. I said, you know what, we should, and I know this will probably get where somebody's gonna run with this idea because I come up with a lot of good ideas. But I told him,
Oh, let's share.
well, why don't we just sit in the room, everybody bring their drum set, and we got bass players in the family, we got keyboard players. I got some little guys, cousins, Melvin Palmer, Isaac Palmer, and so I said, well, why don't we just bring all these drum sets in and we play and we do a couple of songs and just let people see, you know.
if I get a hold to a extra 10 stacks, I'm going to put an event, a shedding session with a $10,000 reward for the best drummer
Hey,
in
Hey,
I want to be
out of
there to
Flint,
witness it.
specifically Flint.
10K.
Yeah, do
I
you know
know,
how
right?
many drummers that we done produced out of this space? If you talking about Prayer Garden, you talking about what was Jackson Memorial, you
Yeah,
talking about uh, every Baptist Apostolic Church of God in Christ, a a buffet of just
man.
sonically
I just
beautiful
I just
music.
met a lady that's a drummer. I didn't just meet her, but I met her a little bit ago. We call her O, and her guy Darren plays at my church,
Yeah,
and he's good.
yeah,
And he was telling me I won't mess with her. So
yeah,
I was like, I got to hear you play, lady.
yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know that. So a lot of drummers get out of that.
And I'm gonna say this on the record: the fastest foot I've ever heard in my life, single foot, the fastest single foot I ever heard in my life. That's Henry Sam's brother.
Yeah,
That's his
yeah,
brother.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
the fastest foot, not
What do you
double
mean
foot,
foot?
but single foot on a.
Well, I don't know that much about the music industry
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
What with the thing on the
yeah,
foot when you're
yeah,
drumming?
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh wow!
fastest foot, man. That guy was dynamic with that, and man,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah,
all
I
right, y'all.
I tried to be a percussion. I can keep time.
I played
yeah,
the flute.
yeah.
The
See,
recorder, not the flute, the recorder. The little old school yeah, I
yeah,
played a recorder,
yeah.
that was it.
But I know,
Mary had a little lamb. That's all I knew how to play.
I know years ago it was a challenging thing for me too because Kenneth Martin, when he did his second album, he did it live at Holy Temple on
Oh,
Dordt Highway, and so I played 3 selections on that album. I played a song called "Mind of Christ."
okay.
I played "Tears So Sweet," and I played the title cut of the album, which was called "Holy Is Thy Name." And so, playing those songs, the church was packed. They put the drums in the middle of the church, in the middle aisle, and my back was to the audience. And
Oh
so,
wow.
back then, we didn't have the ability to have the headphones to be adjusted where they was really, really clear.
Okay.
And so it just sounded like everybody was screaming all in my
Oh
ears.
wait.
And so the first thing I noticed, I said, "We live, and I don't want to mess up. I do not want these people to say,
Mm-hmm.
cut, we got to start over. The drummer got off beat." And I said, okay, so I got to rely on hand clapping. And then I locked into the beat. And so if you pull up Kenneth Martin uh, CD now on Facebook or YouTube, Holy is Thy Name. I'm on a title cut. I'm on Tears So Sweet,
Oh
and I'm
wow.
on a song called Mind of Christ. And so it wasn't nothing flamboyant to the drums, um, because I learned when you lock into a beat, people could feel it better. Just case in point, if you listen to Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, if the drummer was playing all over the place, if he was just doing a lot of rolls, you won't feel that song. But as long as he stayed in that,
In the pocket.
you, I don't care if you're a missionary of the church and you ain't never committed a sin. I guarantee you, before that's all over with, you're gonna be patting your feet. Think about R. Kelly. Your
Yeah.
body's calling me.
Yeah.
Doom, 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 ah, doom, doom, down, before that song is over with, it don't matter what you think about R. Kelly, but before that song over with, you're gonna be bobbing your head
Mhm.
because the beat didn't move. And
All
so
right.
that's what I learned uh, to separate myself from those that continue to practice and get better. I said, well, I'm going to lock into the beat, you know,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna stay there, right
All right.
In
there.
that
That's what
pocket.
happened.
Hey,
You'll stay in that pocket.
In
stay
the
in the
pocket.
pocket. Don't
Yeah.
get out of
Stay in the
Time.
pocket.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, y'all, that was a great way to wrap this on up.
Yeah, I'm glad you had me.
Stay in the beat.
Stay
Stay
in
in
the pocket.
the pocket.
Yeah,
Man.
pocket.
Well, I'm gonna say this right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again, as always. Red alert, red alert.